Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and it's 5WC 2026 on losers finals. The fourth place decided to see who will end up actually rematching Canada. Both teams here actually both losing out to Canada to be in this situation right now. Seed 1 of the USA versus Seed 11 based off of qualifiers right here will be the one to be the match to determine who will face against Canada. I am your caster, Valine, and I'm joined with actually Liliana.
Yeah, I am going to be joining here for the cast today. It was supposed to be Gammy, but unfortunately a little unresponsive right now. So if they do show up, then we'll maybe switch them out and give them some time here. But I'm just filling in for the most part. But yeah, this is going to be an exciting match here. United Kingdom, I think, over exceeding their expectations so far throughout this tournament. They really wanted to do was beat Russia, and now they're in contention for top 3 here.
Yeah,
So this is a very nice showing here for the United Kingdom and USA. I think a lot of people surprised that they dropped down to that lower bracket. The way that they did, it was 6-1, very dominant in favor of Canada, but still a very strong team, still contenders to win the tournament. But yeah, it's gonna be a difficult battle, I think, for both sides.
Yeah, difficult battle indeed. I mean, the UK, man, you can consider this a miracle run, but I believe that this team has the depth needed to make that top 3 spot here. That will be the one that would join Canada and the Philippines in that podium spot. But, you know, the UK, they were grand finalists of 5VC after all. That seeding might be even a lie, despite them having 2 roster changes compared to the 5VC and 5WC right here. And right now, for this 5WC, we're just waiting for the players to join in the lobby and whatnot and to see what they'll ban and protect. But yeah, the US and Russia, it went pretty close to 7-5 right there, and US winning it out at the end. And with Germany and the UK, UK did win out in tiebreaker in a very close fashion of 60k score difference.
Yeah, I mean it's been very close this tournament in a lot of matches. So, is it hoping? I'm hoping for a very close match here between these two teams. I know it's been a lot of one-sided affairs throughout the more recent matches. There were a lot more tiebreakers, I feel like, earlier on in the tournament, but now as we are into the latest stages of the tournament, it is starting to become a little bit more difficult, I feel like, for some of these teams, which is kind of weird because I would think that it would go the other way, where the matches would actually be a lot closer. But yeah, this one, I think potential for both these teams to go toe-to-toe with each other is very high. United Kingdom, definitely the underdogs here, I feel like, but do not count them out. They are such a strong team. They have proven time and time again that they are more than worthy of being in this spot right now, and we are into the picks and bans here, Blaine.
Yeah, so I mean, it's already very apparent if some of the viewers here from 5WC have watched some of the UK matches that the UK does have a very apparent weakness in tapping, and I would imagine the US have seeing what they've done against Germany and seeing that they've shown the weakness throughout the tournament of not tapping, they would probably protect the tapping here on the US side. But for United Kingdoms, they are more on that techie and gimmick preference kind of a team here, and you know that tiebreaker is kind of on that techie preference as well. So you can say in theory, on and on paper, that the UK can maybe win it out on the tiebreaker, especially when they already had that experience playing against Germany just yesterday. But you know, it's hard to see as the US has continuously brought out rosters that have such deep, definite skill sets.
Definitely is going to be one of the more difficult picks bans here. I feel like we see the protects coming through here. It's going to be that no mod 6 protect here for the United Kingdom on that gimmick with I believe that's the low CS map, if I'm not mistaken. And the DT2 protect from the United States, opting to try to keep hold of one of those tapping picks here. And we're going right into the bans here. It's going to be USA with the first ban on that free mod 4. Again, going to be some more gimmick out of the pool. Just really, this is what United Kingdom excels on. They like their gimmick, they like their hiddens, they like the low ARs, the small CS, whatever. United States, they can play all those, but if you're able to take away the strengths of the other team, then you definitely want to do so.
Yeah, I mean, it is 3x4, even though it is more of that swing all. You can kind of consider it not really that much of a gimmick because of those, high CS precision maps and those beating maps that come into play here. But with the 3x4, there are some aspects of the map that can be it's hard, especially right towards the third quarter of the map, where it is just like constant triple ults that you have to have good aim control to hit. But right now, the UK is banning Nomad 2. This is also their previous ban against Germany here, and there seems to be repeating that right now with that Nomad 2 ban again. And with the USA, with their Freema 3 ban here, it seems that they recognize that maybe the UK is really good with these kind of or no, actually, I don't recall if UK actually played this Freema 3. Yeah, okay, so in my notes, the UK did not actually play this Freema 3. It's just maybe the US just not really comfortable with the Freema 3 probably today.
Yeah, there's just some interesting bans here. I feel like that Fremont 3, in my opinion, one of the hardest maps, if not the hardest map in this finals pool. You could argue that there are some other maps that are a bit more nuanced in their difficulty, but this one, especially being in the free mod slot, I think it was originally supposed to be like a no mod 3 or something, but it's in the free mod slot, and it is very difficult across both of the mods, so I think a lot more on that hard rec. So the bans make sense, and we're seeing triple free mod bans here across these two teams. It's the free mod 1 ban from the United Kingdom. I believe that is the speedier pick. So these bans from UK make so much sense. Just get rid of some of the tapping that is available left in the pool. United States just kind of choosing to get rid of some of that jank, I feel like.
Yeah, the jank that at UK is so much more favored and on paper when they're so much more comfortable in it as well. And with them stating in one of the submitted forms from the captain that they were hoping for top 6, they have exceeded their own expectations and reaching top 4 minimum here in this tournament, so they can pat themselves on the back for it now. But I'm thinking that they would love to go even further here to maybe get an upset against the United States, but the United States won't even let up whatsoever, as they did face against the United Kingdom's rival in Russia and beating out Russia here.
Yep, some interesting bans, though, I feel like, across the board. Pretty straightforward, but we are going to be seeing a first pick coming through from the UK as soon as they figured that one out, and it is going to be on that No Mod 3. I brought attention to the No Mod 3, although I was talking about that Free Mod 3 potentially being one, so this is going to be more of a flow style alt. Whereas a lot of previous No Mod 3s have been more of that snappy kind of alt. This one a lot more focused on the flow control here.
Yeah, the flow control and also the snap control as well. Just both mixed together to make much more of an aim control map here for this No Mod 3. And it is a understandable pick on the side of the United Kingdom, especially when they're more in favor of that control, or really more comfortable for them to hopefully edge out the United States here. And comparing from these two matches from yesterday, only the United Kingdoms have shown scores of this No Mod 3 against Germany, and the US hasn't played this yet, so it's still unsure who can actually win it out here. But with the roster depth that the United States has provided throughout these years of IWC, I would expect them to be competitive in this kind of pick.
Should be some competition, absolutely, here. I feel like this year, out of previous years, the United States actually has a lot more of a focus on some of the alt-heavy stuff in their roster. They still can play like a lot of the mechanics things, the hard rocks, the double times, whatever, but I feel like some of these players on the United States team are actually a lot more on the team for some of the more gimmicky stuff. And not to say the No Mod 3 is gimmicky by any means, but when it comes to alt, I'm pretty sure for the most part the US is going to be very comfortable here, but we'll see how it goes. All players in the lobby right now, Beline.
All players indeed, and first in the map nerves are unavoidable whatsoever on any map that they decided to play, and they decided to play the No Mod 3 first and foremost on the side of the United Kingdoms to hopefully get comfortable under control to maybe even add up onto their more other picks that, or even warm up to their other picks, the control picks that they would lean on towards.
Yeah, here we go. Map number 1 is on the Nomad 3, and it is going to kind of show you what it's all about here just in the intro. As mentioned, mostly flow control, but there are some snaps required here. We are finally going to see first miss on the board, followed by a second here, both on the side of the United Kingdom, and Humster and Uma. Mare is going to trade out on one of those misses, but that intro section, we've seen plenty of players find breaks on so far in this tournament, so it's not too far to say that it's going to be like too far gone here. There's so much of the map remaining, so not going to matter too much with those misses here, but for the time being, 3 FCs to 2 right now in favor of the US.
Yeah, so drain time being like 3 minutes and 30 seconds. You know, those early misses wouldn't matter, yes, but also it's also kind of important to get those early combos and get those sliver of score differences to your side early on to maybe even be the deciding factor of this map here. And we do see a break from short Goliath, so now it's just those 2 FCs. Never mind one FC, when one bigger combo, but never mind, there goes more. And actually, now it's just the United Kingdom, but there goes actually Etude being the last FC gone here. It's just a full combo reset of the United States during this first KI.
Yeah, that's a 4-way reset here on the United States. No combos make it through that section. Only big combo remaining as far as an FC is going to be on Wiggler for the UK, but Uma's on that massive recovery there, 550 combo to their name, and the recoveries are better across the other players as well for the United Kingdom, so we instantly see that score lead shift right back the way of the UK for the time being, and it's a pretty hefty score lead right now, 200,000 in a 4v4 scenario. It's not that bad, but it is going to start to continue to climb more as the misses come through as we get into this next KI section. AB Tori Short Billathon going to be dropping combo, and this is not a great look for the United States here.
Yeah, already halfway. No really big supporting combos for the side of the United States to really support Sky to here, especially with Wiggler still holding on to their impressive, I think, FC at the moment right now. And also, that act, man, that is some scary looking act here. Just one drop of a 100 on this Nomad 3, looking very comfortable right now for the side of the United Kingdoms, man. And Humster, he is recovering to help out Wiggler here to get this score difference towards their side. 350k and rising. I don't even think this is even come back up for the United States as this map is approaching its last quarter of it.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think it's going to be a little too late here for the US. Chances to be able to bring it back over their direction. Looked good in the beginning, just off of those couple of misses from Humster and Uma at the very, very intro of the map. But, you know, the moment that first KI hit, the United States kind of just crumbled, unfortunately. Nobody was able to make it through with combo. And, I mean, now we do see combos on the US. Wiggler and Humster both going to be dropping their combos. Wiggler was that last remaining FC, and there goes Shamui. So, I mean, there is potential, but I feel like there's not enough combo density left in the map, and with Azurium dropping their combo and Sean as well for the US, I think that it's already cemented here. This is going to be a first point for the UK.
Yeah, like that score, with that more miss coming in, it's not looking likely for the United States to really get this point. And indeed, 300k score difference not really come back up, but despite those misses coming in from the United Kingdom here. United Kingdom, man, they improved their score. They previously had 1.9 million team score against Germany here. But with the second matches of losers bracket comes with improvements of score, and indeed the United Kingdoms has improved on this Nomad 3.
An absolute show out here for the United Kingdom on their first pick. Very, very strong score coming through from Wiggler. The 8 100s, I believe when we were mentioning the accuracy earlier, I'm pretty sure it was 1 or 2 100s. So just the fact that it's the one miss on her score is kind of ridiculous. So is going to be a very easy first point on the board for the United Kingdom, but United States now they get a chance to answer back with their own first pick here. So I'm curious where they choose to go, if we're going to see them go into the double times or the hard rocks. And yeah, I mean, I'm just not sure exactly where the United States wants to go, and it's just going to be right into their immediate protect pick. So that is an interesting choice, but a choice all the same.
Yeah, I mean, stats watchers knows that United Kingdom is really weak on that speed aspect here. And the DT2 pick right away is just solidifying that fact that the United States know about that speed weakness. And they indeed did have a really good DT2 score here. 3 million compared to 2.1 million from the United States side. A difference of 800k here. So it's looking like a US favor pick right away here.
should be on paper. I agree, Valine. This should be United States getting themselves up to their first point to tie things up. But, I mean, anything can happen. Nerves, especially. We mentioned it already. We're in the finals here. This is for top 3 podium finish. Whichever team ends up winning this match will be guaranteed a spot in the top 3. So there's a lot on the line for both these teams right now. Not only bragging rights as well for your country, but also, you know, you want to win, and you want to be able to be like, hey, our team came third, second, first, whatever. Sounds a lot better than fourth, but fourth is still very impressive. So, I mean, it's going to be United States going into the protect. I know a lot of teams tend to try to save those protects for a rainy day or consolidation on a breakpoint, but regardless, this is going to be their first pick, and we'll see how they fare. Maybe United Kingdom can put something together, but more than likely this will be United States doing what they do best on the mechanics.
Yeah, and usually these first few picks here are usually those picks that you can be really confident in winning these picks. If you're confident in knowing your opponent's weakness, and United Kingdom, they've shown it throughout this tournament that they can't really tap that well here, and especially with the scaling this high, and with what we've seen with Remexia, the new spawn for United States that can be really good on that speed and get really consistent as well. You know, it's not really looking great for the prospect of the UK to win this out.
Definitely a little concerning here, but I mean, hey, on the slow sliders, not even into the actual tapping, and we've already seen multiple breaks on the side of the United States here. Lil Nebula and Avitori going to be dropping combo. That's 2, and now 3 players down on the side of the United States. Still 4-way FC for the United Kingdom, but US is still holding on to that score lead because the accuracy is better here. Nobody necessarily too far down, but Shamui going to be dropping below that 90% now as well. Dragon dropping below that 90%, and with the misses from Shamui is going to continue to send the score over the way of the US, even though it's 1 FC to 3 right now.
Yeah, so, I mean, as this map goes on, the combo will matter much more here, but there goes that Dragonfire, sorry, miss right there, as, you know, this length is 3 minutes, almost 3 minutes long here, this drain time. So as, you know, more time this map passes, the more, you know, some of these players will lose stamina, and more so maybe on the side of UK as what they displayed against Germany, but still, Sean's still missing on this DT2 here for United States, but those recoveries are coming in from the side of Little Nebula and Avitori to really help Remexia here to gain the score difference towards their side momentarily.
Recoveries are in the pocket for the United States as well as on Shamui. Dragonfire not having the greatest of times right now, but I mean, that's understandable. The map is not easy here for these players that aren't necessarily as comfortable. And down goes Humster. That was one of the big combos remaining for the United Kingdom, also on decent accuracy as well. So that miss is going to hurt the United Kingdom very heavily. So here is just down to the 1 remaining FC, and there's Shamui on that recovery as well.
Oh,
I mean, Shamui still holding on to the combo. Good eyes there, but I think that was a real chain miss there for Shamui. Unfortunately, it's just more and more misses on the side of the UK. Sport built on the only one really trade. There goes Avitori on their recovery, but it's Remexia matching Nukes, and it's Lil Nebula on 1,000 combo recovery right now, and it's 400,000 points in favor of the US at 1/3 remaining of the map.
Yeah, I mean, Nukes is just the only one really looking comfortable on the side of United Kingdom to really play out this map. But right now, we're just seeing 2 players looking real comfortable on the side of United States with over 1K combo right now to get this 500K score difference and rising and not really comebackable. There's no score that Nukes can have to really bring this back. No supporting combos on the side of United Kingdoms to really support Nukes here. And this is just looking really dominant on the side of United States.
Dominant indeed, Valine. United States going to very handily get a point on the board here to answer back from the United Kingdom's first pick on that Nomon 3, where it was Wiggler previously to be the shining star. Right now, it seems to be Remexia, who is putting the team on their back. This is a newer spawn for the United States. I think a lot of players really weren't familiar with their game until this year, so very, very cool to see new players really turn up and show up here for the US and for many other countries as well. I know there's been a lot of new players, but yeah, this is going to be a very easy FC here from Remexia. 1.17 million, Valine. That is near max score that you can get with Score V2 on the Double Time mod. So crazy score from them. And the 977k from UX as well. You cannot go without mentioning that. And of course the S rank from Lil Nebula, but just not not quite enough support for NeoX, unfortunately, for the UK.
Yeah, I mean, the Pennsylvania Savior remix here, going in and getting that 99% accuracy for this DT2 and solidly helping the United States win on this DT2 definitively here. And, you know, that's such a good pick. And right away, Wiggler is picking on that hidden 3 for the United Kingdoms. That is a flow, really RNG aspect here of this flow kind of techie hidden 3 here. And especially with such big flow patterns comes RNG flow aim, Liliana.
Yeah, we've got more flow. Flow is the name of the game right now here for the United Kingdom. Into the hidden mod, this team pretty solid on hidden, I would say, all things considered. They've consistently come out and shown up when it comes to pretty much every kind of hidden pick, unless it's like super fast hidden, which I don't think there's been that much of throughout this tournament, but yeah, lots more alt here on this pick here.
Yeah, I mean, the hidden one is probably one of those fewer, faster hidden maps that we have in the entirety of this tournament, and maybe even semifinals hidden one as well. But for this hidden 3 in particular, yeah, it's just the United Kingdom's just leaning in towards their own control, comfortability here, like they did with the Nomad 3. But this one is such a different kind of map, though, with those flow patterns just scattered around the map that you can easily miss one if you're not careful. Especially with the hidden adding on to that volatility in that flow aim here.
Definitely should be pretty decent here for the United Kingdom once more. Looks like most players in the lobby. We do actually get all players in the lobby very quickly. So it looks like these players are warmed up. They're prepared for the maps. They're not needing that extra little bit of time to go and practice the maps. So yeah, we're going to get underway here with map number 3. This is United Kingdom's second pick on the hidden 3. Wiggler, Uma, Mrao, and Humster going to be your lineup for the United Kingdom roster. United States, you've got Zuriam, Sean, Mare, and Avitori is going to be their roster.
Yeah, so this is actually the one of the few maps from both of these teams that they did not play in their previous matches. So it was actually the US that banned a hidden 3 against Russia, and I think it was Germany that banned hidden 3 against the United Kingdoms here. So Germany did show a little bit of respect of that UK control comfortability here, and that is a sign of an indication to say that the United Kingdom is really comfortable on that control here, but we'll have to wait and see.
You will indeed here. Map starting up now. Some of these longer sliders, there are some slider ticks in them, but you know, it's pretty easy, pretty straightforward to follow them with your cursor. But yeah, the difficulty of the map, it really kind of kicks in here after this intro section where the movement really picks up. Some of these back and forth cuts on the stream patterns really makes it difficult, and we do finally see our first few misses. It's going to be a double trade, or a double miss on the side of the United Kingdom, just trades out with Avitori, and down goes Morale now. So that just leaves Wigor, the lone FC, already this early on for the United Kingdom versus 3 on the United States.
Yeah, and there is those trades coming from Humster and Schwartz still, and also the trade of SkyZ, so now it's just a 1v1 in terms of the FCs, but there was that small recoveries, no, not recoveries, but hold from the side of the United States that could be really important on the side of this hidden 3 here, especially with the drain time being a minute and 55 seconds, but then again, it's just not looking going towards the side of the United States. The score man is still Wiggler, but there was actually more though, so now it's just Wiggler, the sole remaining big combo for the United Kingdoms to bring this forward them.
United Kingdom, they've got the combo working in their favor now. All of the United States being reset on their combos, and there's only a quarter of the map left, Valine. So the score from Wigor is really starting to shine once more, really proving why they are in for these alt-heavy picks. Just a very solid, very comfortable player when it comes to these maps, and oh no, it's unfortunately going to be the miss, but it doesn't matter. 350,000 points in favor of the United Kingdom, all off the back of Wigor once more, keeping the United Kingdom heads up and putting them a second point on the board now.
Yeah, putting them on the second board indeed, and probably a first for United Kingdoms here to just already like lose out a point against the United States. But again, it's, you know, We haven't seen them truly like warmed up yet. They've historically shown that they've always been ahead at the beginning, but as time goes on and as the picks does go a bit more RNG, then they can kind of give up that lead. But for now, this is just a small lead that they can temporarily get a sigh of relief because they are aware that this pick could be a bit RNG with those slow aspects, and with Wiggler being the only 800k despite his rest of the team being 400k, there is that RNG aspects that is shown here.
Definitely a little bit of uncertainty here for the United States on that play, but still, United Kingdom. I mean, yes, Wiggler absolutely overperformed once more to get that point for the UK, but I mean, yeah, you mentioned already 400Ks on the United Kingdom, and I think it's all like only 1 or 2 players on the United States that were above 400K. So just overall, team-wise, consistency and comfortability on that hidden 3, much more comfortable for the United Kingdom.
Yeah, and especially that map is such a hidden player kind of map there. If you're really comfortable with the hidden, you can definitely play it and just like neglect that volatility that hidden provides for these flow aspects. And right away, though, with the United States, they're instantly picking into this DT3. This DT3, even though it doesn't have that stamina aspect that DT2 has, so it can be a little scary for the United States to pick this into the United Kingdom, who have shown to get a decent score here, 2.5 million. But still, the United States did get 3.3 million, so that's an 800k score difference. Again, like that DT2 that they played yesterday, those 2 scores. So again, it should be favored towards the United States, but with pressure of expecting to get this score comes with nerves on an all-time high.
Indeed, yeah. I mean, this is like I don't know how the players are feeling right now. I mean, obviously both teams players seem pretty locked in. They seem pretty comfortable right now. I haven't really seen shakes of any kind yet, and I hope that nobody does. But for any team, when you have to play against the number 1 seeded team, whoever that may be, and right now that is the United States, and especially in the losers bracket of all things, is scary. It's definitely a little bit scary to have to do that. So I mean, United Kingdom right now, they're holding their own. They've got their footing in this match already. 2 points on the board, winning both of their own picks. But yeah, I mean, like, nerves for sure. They will potentially set in for some of these players the later the match goes. And I mean, it's going to be a long match at this rate, Valine.
Yeah, it could be. And with Schwark not coming in for the DT3, we're seeing more over Schwark here. So Schwark can show a little bit of that uncomfortability on that DT2 that we just saw just recently. But, it was kind of volatile on his end as he did get a decent score against Russia here. But for this particular DT3, with this 270 BPM kind of finger control, kind of speedy kind of map here, and also AR edited to 8.5, so it's now AR 10. It is more readable here, but actually a bit more dense because of that BPM.
Going to be a little bit on the speedier side here. Some finger control in this one. There are some longer bursts as well. I think the bursts go up to about like 9 notes at some point. So stamina definitely can start to come into play on this pick. And we're already seeing multiple misses. AV Tori on the side of the United States traded out with Silva early on, and Humster found a couple of misses themselves. So it is going to be 3 FCs to 2 right now. And with that chain miss from Silva dropping down to 88% accuracy and 90% on Humster is really hurting their overall team score. Now with Newix dropping their combo and the accuracy drop as well. I mean, this is just not looking great for the United Kingdom so far.
Yeah, and Aviatory is recovering comfortably as well. And it's just, Shimui, never mind Shimui, even though that was a slow combo right there, they did just miss. And even though Little Nebula just missed earlier, it's just those big combos from Moore and Remix here that are coming in and getting that team score just rising right now. And especially with the ag difference comparing right now, it's just not looking great for the side of the United Kingdom with 280 ags. I mean, not ags, sorry. It was almost 2, but it's just 1 now with Silva. But Newix, man, they were the performance maker, the DT2, but that miss coming in is just hurting the United Kingdom right now.
Definitely not so hot right now here for the UK, but you kind of expect this on a pick like this. When it is such high BPM, such high mechanics requirement, and the United Kingdom, they're not big fans of that overall. Yes, you do have was Nux, who had, I believe, near FC on the previous DT2 that we saw from the United States pick, but still, just it's gonna be tough here, and I think the United States are more than proving why they are a strong mechanics team right now. Over 1.5 million team score gap so far, and I mean, it's just so comfortable for them.
Yeah, maybe the performance of the United Kingdom against Germany might have been one of their best here with their 2.5 million on that DT3 yesterday. But right now, it's just a negative score there, a negative deficit with that 1.7 million. So right now, it is showing a bit more volatility on the tapping end for the United Kingdoms here, and US here just showing more consistency on that tapping. So United Kingdoms, they can go into more controls. There's more controls in this pool that it can provide, especially that Fremont 2. But that Fremont 2, I would maybe lean in towards like the tail end of the tournament, especially with how RNG it could do, and especially with the length that it has. And even at DT4, even though it looks tempting for the United States to pick it, UK actually showed a lot of comfort against Germany here. And Germany actually did pick that DT4 against the UK, thinking that finger control might have been too much for them. But unfortunately, actually, no. The United Kingdom did get two 700Ks on that DT4 that beat out Germany's pick, and being one of the aspects that won them that match here. But at the moment now, United Kingdom, they have a lot to pick here.
Definitely, indeed, a lot to choose from. I would imagine they might just go back into the hidden pool, double dip a little bit into something like that hidden 2, maybe the hidden 1. I feel like the hidden 1 would be more of a United States pick, potentially. We could also see them go into their own protect here on that Nomad 6. I know it seems a little weird, and it is actually what they're gonna do. And the reasoning in my mind for this is just, it's a close match, and the United States already used their protect pick. And so there's no harm in using your own, especially if you feel confident enough on it. And so just being able to put yourselves up that extra little point, even when it's a tied match, still always good to do.
Yeah, still always good to do indeed. And against Germany, they did actually pick this Nomad 6 and getting a 2.2 million team score. Even though that doesn't look great on paper, it actually shows a lot of comfortability when their ACK was really high. And that ACK really matters a lot here for such a low combo density kind of a map. And, you know, the United Kingdom is showing a lot more of that comfortability in ACK. It's going to look a little scary for the United States as they haven't shown anything related to this precision Nomad 6 pick. Actually, I think at all throughout this tournament, or barely.
Yeah, that's a great point to bring up, actually. I would have to look at the stats on all of the different maps that the United States have played throughout the tournament, but yeah, it's CS6. It is some precision here, and I mean, depending on how this goes, there is the hyper precision in that Hard Rock 2 with the 7.2 on the CS, so potential for maybe going into that, but that's with Hard Rock. That's when, you know, the OD is 10, whereas here it's OD 8, and the AR goes up to 10. Here it's 9.2, so two different maps in terms of just map structure as well. So not really necessarily going to be determining which team would have the advantage over the other on that, but for right now, Nomad 6 is where we're going, and it looks like the GLHFs are coming out. We've got Wiggler, Uma, Silva, and Humster. I believe, is it the first time that we're seeing Silva in this match? And Avitori, Schwark, Azurium, and Arthur coming in. I believe that is the first time we see Arthur, though.
Yeah, I mean, Silva, I believe they were in for that DT3, if I remember correctly. But on Arthur end, though, he has been a bit quiet throughout the entire tournament here. And, you know, he is that player that can fill into that hard rock and that precision here. And mostly on a precision pick here. And, you know, kind of not really wasting his talent, but like, you know, kind of wasting like that depth that the US kind of has if he can't really, you know, bring it out much more in him to like practice a lot of more of these maps from what we're seeing if he hasn't been on a lot of these picks. But for now, on this Nomad 6, he's looking really comfortable right now for all 4 of these players.
Definitely looking pretty solid so far. We're into this little Ki section. A lot of these wiggly kind of slider shapes here, so really important that you follow along with them, especially on some of the reverse ones. We do finally see a break come through from both sides. Sean is going to trade out with Wiggler. So one trade each here is going to continue to stay in favor of the United Kingdom. They have the better accuracy. They're hitting the sliders better. Notably, just Arthur really dropping down to that 94%. Sean did drop down to 95, but here's some of the more sliders with a lot more of the slider points. You do see some players cheesing them, some players choosing to actually follow along the slider, but everybody's still holding on to their combos right now, Feline.
Yeah, it's looking real comfortable for both sides of the team right now. No one really letting up at the moment, but that ending of the map will be maybe even the deciding factor. It just continues to show from all these players. But yeah, 60k score difference right now for going to the side of United Kingdom solely on act alone. Like I said, they were really comfortable showing. It was a comfortable showing on this Nomad 6 against Germany from the United Kingdom side, despite that 2 million team score there. So. But right now, it could be them just proving, especially with Skyzy now losing that miss right there.
Yeah, it was also Arthur to find the break. They were on a solid recovery. I think they missed around 500 combo on their recovery. So is going to continue sending that score lead over the way of the United Kingdom. No misses to be seen after those initial ones from Wiggler. And right now, I mean, they are primed to take another point here on their own pick. And you can see why they protected this. They look so solid. They look so comfortable here. And it's just AV Tori versus 3 FCs. Wiggler will end up dropping their recovery, but not going to matter here. Even with the chain miss from Humster, still not going to matter. 350,000 points with only a quarter of the map remaining. And yeah, United States, I mean, AV Tori can't do it alone.
Yeah, you can't do it alone, especially with Umarov and especially with AV Tori finally missing there. So there goes that Silva FC, and now just Umarov being the sole remaining one. There is a recovery of Sean right there, and some slight recoveries from the side of Skyzy and Arthur, but it's just not enough because of the comfortability that United Kingdom has shown. And there goes that last FC of Umarov. But again, this 200k score difference is not really comebackable, especially with such a low combo density of a map here.
Definitely not anything that United States can capitalize here. United Kingdom finding their own 3 first picks here and getting the points on them all. Actually, no break points so far in this match, so very, very back and forth so far. And just overall, like, team comfort wise, no FCs, but the S rank from Uma. And just comfortability, United Kingdom, they look so much better here on that Nomad 6. AV Tori with the highest score in the lobby, though, cannot go without mentioning that. Most combo and most, one of the best acts in the lobby, but yeah, their score definitely worth mentioning, but just overall team score, comfortability, United Kingdom looks so much more solid.
Yeah, for a UK song, the United Kingdom shouldn't lose on this kind of map, right? But that Skyzy missed earlier, that actually probably was the deciding factor of this match. If he didn't miss, he would have gotten probably 100 to 200k more score there to maybe keep it a little bit more competitive, maybe get like a 10k score difference or a 50k score difference on this Nomad 6. But for now, United Kingdoms, they got their protect, they got their third point here. Is looking like equilibrium still for this particular match. And right now, we're seeing this Harburg 1 pick. Atama no Taiso.
Yeah. What a banger here. It's a classic on this one. If it's the map that I'm thinking of, which I'm pretty sure it is. But yeah, this is some mechanics to it. I believe it gets a little bit fast, actually, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. I think there is if I recall correctly, there is a bit of a higher BPM on this Harburg one, but that's not really the main component of this Harburg one. Even though there are some tapping elements that you can talk about, it's just mainly the awkward aim aspects here that you would have to really worry about. I mean, United States, they did play this against Russia, 2.7 million against them, versus United Kingdom didn't really play it. So in a way, with the style of the Harburg one, you can kind of see that it is on the favor of the United States if they've gotten that team score nearing 3 million, but it's this kind of map, with this kind of aim map, that can be so easy for United Kingdom to just gain a lot of score on.
Definitely could be potential here for a breakpoint, actually. I feel like United Kingdom, they're pretty solid on aim. This map features a lot of geometrical aim. It's a Val 108 map. If you're any familiar with that mapper of an older generation, then you are probably pretty familiar with this map. I'd actually be surprised if you don't know this map, but Yeah, we're going to get underway here. Humpster, Wiggler, Nuex, and Silva going to be your lineup for the United Kingdom. US putting in AV Tori, Lil Nebula coming back, and Ray Mexia and Azurium here for their roster.
So United Kingdom, if they've been stats watching, they know that US is really comfortable on this Hard Rock 1, but I'm sure that with them leaving this open, it's one of those kind of not necessarily an RNG pick, because you would think that this is kind of US favored because of their mechanics that they have over United Kingdoms, but with the aim aspects, it is a little scary here for this a particular Hard Rock 1 pick. But if they beat out Russia on this Hard Rock 1, then they can surely beat out the United Kingdoms here, but we'll have to see.
We will indeed have to see how this one goes down. Here we go, map number 6. This is the United States' third pick, and so far it's been very back and forth, Valine, so we'll see if it will continue to be such the case here. But yeah, this is a fun little map here. It starts off right into the little speedier section, actually. It's all 240 BPM on this one. I thought maybe there was the intro, but no, not going to be seeing that. AV Tori going to be the first to fall, and Muex will trade out, so going to keep things relatively even for the time being.
Yeah, relatively, and also there was that miss from Skyzy earlier as well, so it's now looking like an early favorability towards the setting United Kingdoms, especially for this drain time of a map being just a little under 2 minutes at the moment. So right now it's still Nuix getting that miss, but that's not the miss you want to see it, and there is actually the miss you want to see if you're a fan in the United States right now, with Silva missing right there during that first Ki. And right now Liliana is looking really close.
It is close indeed here. Scoreline flipping back and forth now in favor of the United States. Another miss from Azurium, but that's Humster and Silva to drop. Humster was the last remaining big combo for the United Kingdom, so that's going to hurt them pretty heavily, as Lil Nebula and Ray Mexi are still holding on to their combos. You do have the recovery on AV Tori, but Muex is matching that right now, more or less. And yeah, Ray Mexia will fall, so that is going to help out the United Kingdom just a little bit, but there's only a third of the map remaining, Valine. There's really not that much time, and Lil Nebula just looking to close this one out and put United States on their back for this pick.
Yeah, the mechanic wonder star, Little Nebula, New Jersey man, replacing Justin here for the mechanic side of things for 5WC 2026, being the one to bring it forth for his team right here and right now. That 260k score difference, and rising towards the United States to win it out once again on this Hard Rock 1 against the combos that couldn't be recovered enough for the side of United Kingdom.
Not going to be enough to get the full combo, though. Unfortunately, do see the miss at the tail end of the map, but still more than enough to get the United States over the line there to give them that third point of their own. And just a complete back and forth match that we have here, Valine. This is very exciting. I hope everybody watching is having fun so far. I hope the players are having fun, honestly. This match is very intense right now. So just even one breakpoint, I feel like, could be the tipping point for either of these two teams. So yeah, just this is a very great match right now.
Yeah, great match indeed, but also more pressure on the captain to pick the right picks to get this to their own favor of their own team. And so far, both Wiggler and Skyzy, I believe, both captains of the United Kingdom and United States, are picking correct right now, despite, and those score differences are pretty big as well on these picks that they've picked. And at the moment, there could be a few picks left here for both of these teams to really get that solid win out, especially for the United States with that Hard Rock coming in. But that Hard Rock is just really contestable as well, with United Kingdom showing just a bit more comfortability on that Hard Rock too.
Definitely. I'm curious to see where United Kingdom will go. I still think that Hidden 2 seems like a solid pick for the United Kingdom. I don't really know if they want to go into something like that Nomad 4. I feel like the United States actually do pretty solid on some of the more tech stuff. But yeah, you called it, Valine. That Hard Rock 2 is going to be their pick here. They liked what they saw on the precision from the Nomad 6, and I mean, let's just keep it going with the precision here, the hyper precision. CS 7.2 here for the Hard Rock 2.
Yeah, even though they won that other precision pick in Nomad 6, this is such a different style of a precision map, being that higher CS of 7.15, I believe, and also being more aim focused as well, and not really having much of that combo density with them. And if we're looking at stats here, the United States, they had a 1.79 million team score versus a 1.97 team score on the UK side. So it is a 100 279k score difference, but it's quite contestable for this style of a map, man.
Definitely contestable. I feel like United States, I mean, we saw what they just did on that Hard Rock 1. Is not going to be that small of a CS as this one is, though. So, I mean, potential for more misses definitely a little bit higher here for both sides. But yeah, this is an interesting route that I think the United Kingdom's going down, and I don't fault them for it because they looked solid on that Nomad 6. And I do think that they are very comfortable when it comes to precision themselves. So I think that this pick actually is still pretty fine for the United Kingdom, but definite potential for a break point here for the United States.
Yeah, breakpoint potential is so high with the volatility of precision that comes with it. But, you know, CS 7.15, it's just a matter of who is less nervous, but nerves can come in, and just a matter of who can really aim better here. And you would think that a precision pick of a map like this just can lean more towards on the mechanics side, but, you know, with precision comes with, you know, a little bit of over aim, a little bit of that over adjustment that can happen between these players here. So it's looking a little bit scary here on this Hard Rock 2.
Scary indeed, potentially. Here we go. Map number 7 now. Hamster Wiggler, Nuex, Silva for the United Kingdom. Azurium, Raymexia, Arthur, and Lil Nebula going to be your lineup for the United States. And yeah, Tiny Circle is the name of the game here. Going to be pretty aim heavy as well. I mean, that's just the nature of when the CS goes above CS7. But yeah, definitely some more aim required in this map. And already see a first break coming through for the United States. It's going to be Azurium on the first miss, and again going to be finding another miss for themselves.
Yeah, I mean, with such a low combo density of a map, and Wiggler missing right there, you know, these early big combos could matter just a bit less here at the moment. And with Remexia also missing there as well, so now it's just those 2 breaks on the United States versus 1 here. And you know, currently United Kingdom's looking a bit more comfortable with those FCs, and especially with that Arthur miss, and now it's just Little Nebula being the sole remaining United States player to get that big score for them right now.
Yeah, I mean, we saw what Lil Nebula was able to do on the previous Hard Rock 1, but I don't know if they're going to be able to have the backing scores that's required here to match some of these scores on the United Kingdom. And the fact is, Feline, nobody on the United Kingdom's faltering for a while. It really was just that early miss from Wiggler, and down goes Raymexia and Lil Nebula. That was the last FC for the United States. Nuex will trade out on one of the remaining FCs for the United Kingdom, but right now, this is looking fantastic for the UK, even with that miss from Humster.
Yeah, that miss coming from that 1/3 section, so a little bit unfortunate with that, you know, maybe spooky 1/3 section that will come up much more on this particular Hard Rock 2 pick. But yeah, Silva is just still holding on, you know, looking really comfortable, especially with that AG of 98.50 for the setting United Kingdom. 300k score difference, very much hard ask for United States to bring this back, especially for such a low combo density of a map. You would actually need Silva to probably break right now, especially Wiggler as well, to have this chance to come back. But you know, those recoveries that will come afterwards from the United Kingdoms can just like stray away from that recoveries from the United States. So it's already looking over here on this Hard Rock 2 pick.
I agree. I mean, there's only a third of the map remaining here, but the recoveries just aren't there for the United States, even if the big combos on the UK end up falling by the wayside. And yeah, it's just not going to be enough at this point. 500,000 points almost in favor of the United Kingdom here, and they are, I mean, Feline, they are performing here. The seeding doesn't really give you the full picture here for just how solid, how strong this United Kingdom team is. If it's not one player getting a decent score, it's another, and they just always have somebody able to step up for whatever kind of map that they need to play in.
Yeah, it's just those players, the X factor for the setting United Kingdoms that matters much more here on this Hard Rock 2, and Silva showing much more of that X factor here, just holding on in this Hard Rock 2 and improving the team score that they previously displayed here. Now improving from that 1.9 million team score solely because of this Silva performance alone, just bringing them forth to this 4th point here.
An unfortunate miss at the very end of the map from Silva. Not gonna quite get to see that full combo, but we're seeing 920,000 points. Whoa, hold on. Don't miss on the slider nodes there. It does dip right below 920k, but hey, for all intents and purposes, That was an incredible score coming through from Silva, and honestly, just decent team score. Once more from the United Kingdom. I mean, last time it was like Wiggler on the 800, 900k, whatever, and their other three players around them were about 400. But now it's Silva and the other three players being at 400k. And for the United States, it was just Remexia, the only player above 400k, sitting at just barely over 500k. Everyone else was below that 400k threshold. So just overall, United Kingdom again showing their comfortability on their own picks.
Yeah, on your own picks indeed. And I thought this would be one of the more scarier picks as well because of what the precision has shown us throughout this tournament. But man, it's just that comfortability in the United Kingdom that really displayed much more apparent here on that Hard Rock 2. So, you know, United States not really looking comfortable on the precision, especially with that Fremont 2 now called into question if the United Kingdom could pick that next after this United States pick. But I would imagine the US could be picking on a DT1, and indeed they did.
Yeah, DT1. That's exactly where I was looking as well for potential next pick from the United States. But Feline, I mean, let's take a look at the map pool right now. United States, I feel like, doesn't have a clear next pick after this. We mentioned it already that DT4 would look appetizing, but United Kingdom, they're actually pretty good at that. And even stuff like the Nomad 5 and the Nomad 4 as well. I think United Kingdom also would perform decently well. And picking Hidden into this United Kingdom team doesn't necessarily sound that great on paper. Maybe that Hidden 1 would probably favor the United States still. But yeah, I mean, a lot of the pool remaining here, I feel like, is coin flips for the US, whereas the United Kingdom, I think they've got at least one, maybe two more picks that should be favoring them.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel my two I'm eyeing on as well could be on the favorability towards their side with how they've been so comfortable on the precision from that Noma 6 and Hard Rock 2. And yeah, that Noma 1 Hidden 1, even though it is that mechanics favorite kind of thing, it is also scary as well because of the aim aspects alone. Even though I did see something similar to precision, but that precision is more of a specialist kind of thing. And we do see that United Kingdom has much more of a specialty on that precision with those Noma 6 and Hard Rock 2 wins here. So for now, on the DT1, if we look at stats, United States 2.9 million versus United Kingdom 1.8 million. That's a 1.1 million team score difference from those two matches yesterday. So, I mean, on paper, again, it's looking like a United States win here. But with this kind of a map, this kind of an aim map, especially with both of these teams wanting to improve their scores even more, you know, these scores can be a bit volatile.
Yeah, I mean, we're deep into the match right now. It's 4-3. Neither team has gotten a break point so far. It's just been very back and forth in terms of the picks. And yeah, it's very volatile. Indeed, Valine, any break point at this point, I mean, if the United States gets a break point here, United Kingdom, I mean, they're 2 maps away from just winning the match and just knocking the United States out of the tournament in that 4th place spot. And if the United States gets a break point, I mean, they are also going to be 2 points away potentially here. As long as they win this pick, they would be 2 points away from winning the match themselves. So yeah, it's very, very close here between these two teams right now.
Yeah, and you know, with what we've seen, there hasn't really been any like close score differences that we've seen throughout this match. It's always been kind of a one-sided, like 200, 300, 500, and kind of 800k score differences that goes to either side of these teams. So we haven't seen that particular close of a matchup just yet here, but maybe the DT1 could offer that. But right now, that miss of Shamui might not be it.
Definitely not going to be helping them out necessarily. There was a very early few misses from both Wiggler and UX. Silva still holding onto the combo, but this PI section, jump spacing starts to get a little bit higher here, so potential for breaks to come through from either side definitely a little bit higher, but unfortunately it's going to be Silva, the last remaining FC down. Shamui as well to drop. Only Short Philoton going to be finding a trade for either of them right now for the US, and there goes Little Nebula. Finally another miss to kind of even things out just a little bit more for the United Kingdom, but you still have 2 players FCing on the United States versus what isn't technically an FC, but more or less is from the UX, just that reverse choke right now.
Yeah, but like these two big combos compared to each other, it is just really close at the moment from these two players of Neos Wiggle and Remix and more. I don't know who's going to let up first, but it's just those other recoveries that are just letting up much more here. And Little Nebula missing right there. It's like kind of looking a little scary right now, but those bigger hoes from those 2 players of Sean. But there goes actually Neos with that FC, so now it's just going to the face for United States much more greatly here, but there also goes more to trade just slightly afterwards.
Yeah, It's Remexia versus Wiggler on the recovery right now. Shamui on good recovery as well. So actually the score lead is slowly going the way of the United Kingdom, and there's a third of the map remaining, Valine. Plenty of combo density left to be had here, especially if these combos continue to hold for the UK. It will slowly see that score lead go back their direction. It's going to be really tough though. Need to see the players all lock in for the final quarter of the map now. Remexia doing their best to keep these players at bay, but I don't know if their best is going to be enough right now.
Yeah, especially with that 600 is combo of Shamui coming in. No combo supports whatsoever, but there goes Wiggler with their still remaining FC's United Kingdom gun. Now it's just all eyes on Remexia, the X Factor, the main X Factor of mechanics for the setting United States to bring it forward for them on this DT1. There goes the miss on their side as well. And now it's just the sole remaining combo of Silva to try and bring this back, but I don't know if there's enough map left to really bring this back with those slight recoveries coming in.
Not enough map remaining and not enough combo, and unfortunately with that miss from Silva, the question of whether or not it could have been comebackable with all the breaks from the United States completely wiped away here. United States will be getting their 4th point on the board. We've gone 8 maps so far, both teams winning every single one of their own picks. No break points here. At this rate, Valine, we're gonna go to tiebreaker potentially. I mean, this is looking like a pretty good match so far, but United Kingdom, again, I'm going to come back to it. United Kingdom, I feel like they have more picks that should favor them than the United States does left remaining in this pool.
Yeah, and I will say this right now, it's actually been the United States that hasn't really been improving their previous scores from that match against Russia. They've actually kind of did not improve this DT1 score. This one being a 2.4 million score compared to that 2 point, even almost 3 million team score against Russia. But they still won it out. And this is actually one of the closer score differences that we've seen in this match, a 93k score difference. So right now, man, we're in that stage of this match that can be really close, man.
It's definitely a difficult spot to be in for both teams. I mean, yeah, like in my mind, I feel like the United Kingdom still has one or two more like safer picks, but realistically, this late into the match, most of the surefire picks have already been chosen. So potential for the breakpoints definitely a lot higher here. A lot on the line. Again, this is losers bracket. This is United Kingdom and United States facing up in the losers bracket to try to secure a top 3 podium spot here. Team that gets eliminated will exit the tournament in top 4, which is still very, very respectable. It's very, very impressive. But yeah, right now, I mean, a lot's on the line, and we're going to go for that hidden 2, as I predicted from the United Kingdom.
Yeah, so I will say the United Kingdom, I believe they did protect the Nomad 5 against Germany yesterday. So, you know, this pick of hidden 2 is very understandable. But also, you know, with this hidden 2, there was kind of different styles to that Nomad 5 and the hidden 2. There is more of that mechanics involved here on that hidden 2. I think, if I recall correctly. But, you know, it's just, you know, they're classic kind of reading as a hidden 2 here, but also with that mechanic involved with the aim.
Definitely is going to be more on the gimmickier side with that lower AR, but yeah, I mean, nothing like too crazy here. Really just that AR8 on the pick with the hidden mod. But yeah, I mean, we'll see how this one goes. I know United States is missing one of their players at the very least, and Tarragon.
They're back.
Is Tarragon able to play?
I'm not sure they're able to play.
Because I swear I keep seeing her type that she is not going to be able to play. So I don't know. We'll see here.
Yeah, I mean, even though she came back, I don't think they probably, like, you know, not FC, sorry, practice that much because of them being out of town. So I don't know.
She is on a plane right now. Or something like that. Yeah, you know, either way. Maybe Tori short build on more, and Skyzy going to be the lineup for the United States. Wiggler, Shamui, Humster, Mrao coming back in. We haven't seen them in a little while. does come back in for the lower AR for the hidden stuff. So United Kingdom looking to secure 5th point here on their 5th pick. United States, I mean, if they do get this breakpoint, this is a very scary spot to be in for the United Kingdom, because breakpoints early on, not so scary. You do have to get the breakpoint back eventually, but breakpoints this late into the match, you have to play your heart out for like the remaining 3 picks after this. There's only 3 more picks potentially if we do get to that tiebreaker situation here. So it's a lot on the line here for both these teams.
Yeah, these next 2 picks are just very important for both of these teams, because if you win out these picks, you can. There's like, if UK wins this, then it's like all good, but it's also kind of worrying for the United States because of that. The chance of a breakpoint happening so high this far into the tournament. But those 2 early misses from the United Kingdom, nothing to really worry about just yet. Just being a little under 30 minutes in terms of drain time here. There is that miss from Short Goliath that comes in. Also that early miss coming in from SkyZ as well. There are more misses coming from Shimwei, but this is just like a really early kind of map here.
Yeah, definitely looking a little rough for some of these players so far in the beginning of this map. It's going to be all players on the United States having found misses at some point or another. Only Humster, the last remaining FC in the lobby right now, but good recoveries on both Morale and Wiggler. So it's going to be a sizable score advantage as the misses continue to come through from the United States. And Short Billathon just not too comfortable. That's a triple break though for both teams. Mare, Avitori, SkyZ, and all trading out with Shamui, Wiggler, and Morale. And now with Humster dropping the last remaining FC, I mean, it's a full reset for both sides, but they still were able to build up about 125,000 points in favor of the United Kingdom right now, so it is going to continue to stay in their favor, especially with the combos not quite being there for the United States, but now the recoveries are building up for the United States on SkyZ and Avitori, so it is going to slowly bring that score lead back their way.
Yeah, man, it's just these aim patterns that are just not really doing them any favors in the set of United Kingdoms, and there is that recovery really coming up for the set of United States, but they have to continue to recover to get that 80k score difference back because of that Humster big combo gain early on. And this map isn't going to get any easier whatsoever, especially when we see that break coming in. There's going to be more pressure on these players in the United States to recover to try and get this breakpoint, a potential first breakpoint of this match.
Definitely pressure is on here for both teams for the United States to try to be able to bring that score lead back their direction. They saw that they had the combo advantages, but for the United Kingdom, I mean, they're holding on to the score lead, so they want to perform as well and hope for some more misses from the United States. It's going to be trades with Humster and Short Billathon, though, to start things off in this final third of the map, though. So it is going to continue to go back the way of the United States, especially with that miss from Morale. It does trade out with Short Billathon, but that was a player who already found the misses. The recoveries on the other players are still holding for the United States, and it's just 2 recoveries for the United Kingdom, but that's a double miss. That's a triple miss from the United States, and now the recoveries are still there for the United Kingdom on Shamui and Wiggler, and the score is going to go right back their direction here.
Yeah, just shortly. Now Shamui and Wiggler know what's at stake here to just bring the score back to their side, man. It's just gonna be them holding on much more longer, and it was just unfortunate for Avitori and SkyZ to miss on where they were, and this is just one of those easy parts for them to easily gain those scores towards their side. So now it's just on these 2 players to try and get them, but there goes those 2 misses. Now it's just a 14k score difference, and only that small recoveries of Morale here. There's that 90-100 combo and that 100 combo of more there. It's just a 20k score difference though. I don't know if this is going to come back really fast. You need more of those recoveries of the United States to bring it forward. There's those continuous score misses of Short, but oh my god.
And it was a nail biter into the ending Valine. Avitori and Morale held on to the combos at the very end of the map, but because that score advantage was on the side of the United Kingdom and all the misses kept trading all around those 2 players, it just continued to stay in their advantage here. And this is what happens when the picks start to go a little bit more contested. And United Kingdom, they just barely get that point. It was very, very close to flipping back the way the United States had. Morale dropped their combo at the very end of the map. It was only like 150 combo volume, but had they even missed at like 90 combo, that score would have gone over the way of the United States.
It would have gone over to the United States indeed if SkyZ and Avitori had just held on a bit longer there to combat those 2 recoveries of those 2 players in the United Kingdom. And unfortunately, the deciding factor of this match was a little bit of an underperformance coming in from Short there. I think the sole player that didn't really go to that 400k. If I'm remembering correctly, I could be wrong though. But yeah, dude, these 2 points are really important these two picks actually, sorry, are really important for both of these teams. And United Kingdom, they won their first one. That's really important here. Now it says it's time for the United States to find a pick here that would be the one to get their own point, and this number one should maybe be the one, but it's just, man, from what they've shown in that hidden two on that aim is, it's just not looking great.
Yeah, luckily though for this Nomad 1 is not going to be that AR, actually 7.5, excuse me. Makes it a little bit more difficult for that hidden 2 than I imagined. I thought it was just the AR8, but yeah, that was 7.5. So, you know, with the aim as well, a lot of those misses make a lot more sense, I feel like, for some of these players. But yeah, here on the Nomad 1, it's still aim, but this time 9.6 on the AR. And of course, you don't have the hidden either. So is going to, I think, be a little bit better for both sides, I feel like, especially for the United States, who weren't quite able to field 4-man roster that seemed all super comfortable on the map. But I think right now it's vital that the United States do not give the breakpoint here. United Kingdom, they still have that free mod 2 available to them, and I don't know how the United States is going to do on that. I mean, with it being free mod, you could still do that triple hard rock if you wanted or something like that. You have your preference mods that you can choose to do if you need to, but still though, United States, I mean, the pressure is on here. You give up the breakpoint right now, United Kingdom, they're at match point. They are 1 point away from knocking the US out of the tournament entirely, making it that much harder for, giving the breakpoint will make it that much harder for the United States to be able to maintain their tournament life here.
Yeah, that's been one being a bit scary for the aim, and I would imagine that, you know, with these all this into this match, that both of these teams will be much more warm in the aim, especially with them playing that hidden 2. But that hidden 2, that aim was really hard because of that denseness. Not really that denseness, but more of that AR that can really play into that volatility in your reading, combined with your aim. But you know, this one, there's no reading whatsoever here. It's all about your aim that matters much more here.
Definitely a different look here in this Nomad 1, but we've got the players into the lobby. We're playing already here. Silva, Shimui, Wiggler, and Humps are going to be your lineup for the UK. Raymexia, Mare, Lil Nebula, and Avitori for the United States. And yeah, I mean, the map is pretty chill to start. We've got some 1-2s here in the intro. Does only catch out Wiggler for the time being, but plenty of map left to be played. 3.5 minutes almost of map, so the misses early on, not going to matter too much, but as the map goes on throughout the key eyes, the spacing will get more increased, so difficulty-wise, it's going to be harder to hold on to the combos, and down goes Lil Nebula now, right before this next big jump section, so this is going to keep things relatively even between these two teams.
Yeah, and there's also that Silva miss that came in as well during that first PI. I mean, in terms of act, you know, they're looking very comparable for both of these teams here. But Remexia did just miss right there to try to trade out that Silva miss. And also Avitori with their mess right there, especially. So now it's just Morgan, that's still kind of big combo that is trying to combat these two big combos on the side of the United Kingdoms here.
Internet died there, unfortunately. Just for a moment. Looks like we're back.
It could be. Are we back?
Maybe.
Oh wow! And just right away, we're seeing those two big combos of Hamza and Shimui just gone in the snap of a finger right there from that freeze to the stream. And more still holding onto their own big combos here after that first Kiai. And you know, those recoveries coming in from the side of Lil Nebula and Avitori just helping out there, and also Remixia coming in with those 200 combos, and Wiggler is just still missing once again.
Yeah, these misses continuing to come through for the United Kingdom, unfortunately, just not helping them out right now. Nobody there to match this combo on there right now. Remexia will trade with Silva, but the combos just aren't quite there for the United Kingdom right now. It's still going to continue to go the way of the US as we get into this next PI section. Half the map remaining though. Misses coming out from Avitori is going to help keep things a little bit more close for these two teams right now, but Silva continuing to find more breaks. That's Mare dropping their combo. That was the combo that had to hold, and now Lil Nebula doing their best to match a combo on Humster. That miss from Shimui is going to hurt, but United Kingdom actually have the combo advantage for the time being.
Yeah, for the time being, indeed, that recovery from Wiggler is helping out Hamster just a bit here, and it's 150k score difference, much more comebackable for the United Kingdom if these two players can continue to hold. But I think they will have to continue to hold much more longer than they would expect to potentially get this break point here, and it's just looking scary right now. On all eyes on Little Nebula to try and get their combo in for the United States, and with Wiggler missing now, it's just a 1v1 between Little Nebula and Hamster. But that 170k score difference is just going towards the United States, and I don't think it's really comebackable for Hamster if they continue to FC. But there goes Little Nebula, and there goes the recovery of AB Taurus, and now it's just all eyes on Hamster to try and bring this back. There is a little bit of score just remaining, but this low combo density of an A map here is not really doing them any favors, but that's barely score difference going towards the United Kingdom.
Yeah, it's misses all around Hamster right now, though, from the rest of their teammates. They still have to continue to hold. The score is moving, but that's going to be the break from Hamster, and it's going to not be enough. Unfortunately, I think there was talk for maybe potential to bring that scoreline over, but I don't know if it would have been enough even had they held, and unfortunately, we'll just never get to know here. United States going to be winning on their 5th pick. Still no breakpoints, Feline. We are 10 picks deep into this match between these two teams, and no breakpoints have occurred. There's 1 pick remaining for both teams, guaranteed, no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, what can you do where this is kind of a close matchup here? And this is not really one of those close. It was pretty close right into the end, but unfortunately, Hamster just missing there. And I think there wasn't really enough time for Hamster to come back if he still continued to combo. It was just those recoveries that really mattered much more here. And, more being that X factor for United States to really get those early big combos to actually help them get that early 150k score difference towards their side here. So, that Little Nebula and more just being those two players that really brought it forward for them.
Definitely keeping things interesting here are both the teams. We are tied up 5-5, best of 13 here in this match. So 1 more pick remaining for both teams, and it's going to be the hidden 1 pick for the final 1 for the United Kingdom here. I was really expecting that Fremont 2 pick, but I guess maybe they're just not so sure on how the United States will actually do on that. I'm not sure if the US actually played that map in their previous match in the final stage here, but this hidden 1, and it's worth mentioning too, Feline, because I feel like we haven't mentioned it at all. There's a lot of customs in this pool, and all of the hidden pool has been picked, and all of the hidden pool was customs as well. So it's a great time here in 5WC. So many awesome people who helped make maps for this tournament. Shout outs to every single one of them. But yeah, this map is very consistency heavy. It's going to be almost like a farm map, really.
Yeah, almost indeed. One of the more highly praised maps from the production side, the back-end side of the pooling team here. So, really popular kind of map for this hidden 1, but the US did just call up for a timeout here, Little Nebula calling up for a timeout after his timer that went in. And when you mentioned that Fremont 2, actually both of these teams did play that Fremont 2. United States having a 2.3 million team score versus UK 2.6 million team score. So the difference is a little under 300k, but with that kind of a map, with that kind of a ulti style of a map, and with that length of a map, it is a bit volatile. So it is understandable that the United Kingdom would want to lean in towards something that they're more comfortable with, being this hidden 1. But also with this hidden 1 being much more mechanics focused as well, this is one of those very scary picks here. These last 2 picks from both of these teams will be very scary here, especially if one of the other wins it.
Definitely a scary point to be at right now. A lot is on the line for both these two teams. Again, reminder, top 3 podium guaranteed for the winner of this match. Top 4 will be the placement for the loser of this match. So yeah, it's a lot, and the timeout making perfect sense here from the United States. Need to get as much practice as they possibly can in before the map, and just really make sure that they are confident here. With this being the timeout called this late into the match, like, they are trying their hardest to see how contestable of a pick this is, which, I mean, for a team like the United States, most picks should be contestable. Not everything, they do have their weaknesses, especially when the other team is very strong at it, but yeah, we'll see how this ends up going for both sides here.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, though, the UK did play this against Germany and getting a 1.8 million team score. So even though this is like one of those easier maps in a pool, it is also kind of unexpected, an unexpected low team score for them because of how easy that this map can be for a lot of these players, and especially with how easier this is than the semifinals hidden one.
Definitely a cool one. Let's actually, I need to do this command really quickly. There we go. Thank you, Aki, for that. Just wanted to do a quick shout out for all the customs in this week's pool. On the Nomad 2, show you with that custom. Unfortunately, that one got banned out, so we weren't able to see it. Nomad 4 hasn't, or no, that one was picked already, I believe. That's going to be a custom from Luval. Fooders with the Nomad 6 custom, we did get to see that one. We've seen every single hidden custom so far. Well, I mean, we're about to see the final one here. This hidden one going to be from Petal. Hidden 2 was a custom made by Captain, and Hidden 3 on LDNZ. DT2 custom from Orke, that was the United States Protect, so we already saw that one. Fremont 3, which was unfortunately banned out, that's going to be custom by Castiello. And then the tiebreaker, if we get to it, is a combination of Vox, Creeper Attack, Zero PP and Osu, and Noctiv. So it's a lot of cool customs. Definitely go check out all the different maps that have been made so far in this tournament if you haven't already been keeping up with all the customs, because my god, Billy, there's been so many.
Yeah, so many customs, with Lighten coming in and bringing in over a lot of the mappers from OWC. It is quite a pleasure to see a lot of customs putting so much effort into this tournament as well. And, now that the timer actually of the timeout is over, we're finally going into this hidden one pick, a very much important pick here for United Kingdom.
Definitely a very, very important last few picks of the match. Hidden 1, going to be the UK's final pick of the match. The United States will have one more pick of their own after this, but yeah, we've talked about it enough. This is mechanics, this is jump aim, more or less, very farm heavy, multiple misses so far in the intro of this map. 3 on the side of the United States and 2 on the side of the United Kingdom. It was a miss on, I think, the very first note from Humpster.
Yeah, and there are also that misses from Wiggler, and those early misses from the side of US is slowly getting that recombo. But there goes those 2 misses of Shamui and Morale, though, and that miss from Skyzy. And we're not even at the first KI just yet. There goes AV2 as well, and more. Morale just trading out, but there goes actually Wiggler as well. It's just those big combos of Humpster just left versus the 2 big combos of Remixia. The recoveries of Moore and Remixia here as we're in this first KI.
The end of the PI coming soon here. More misses coming through from Azurium and Shamui, going to be trading out with each other. Still, though, Humpster, the last FC in the lobby, or basically FC, with that one miss at the very, very intro of the map. But the recoveries from Remexia and Nair are doing a lot of work here, but unfortunately that's going to be a miss from Remexia now as we get into Nar of this free combo section. A little bit of swing on it, just the tiniest amount, but is going to be continuing to give that squirrely back over to the United Kingdom. Remexia had to hold on to the combo to match Humpster here. Now with Nair dropping their combo, hold on, this is a huge opening for United Kingdom.
Yeah, huge opening indeed, especially with those recoveries of Wiggler and Morale and Shamui coming in to help up Humpster out. With Humpster continuing to FC his own at the moment. But there goes Morale, was missing before that second KI coming in. But these recoveries in the United States isn't going to be comparable whatsoever to get that score towards their end. And it's just Humpster just continuing. But there goes actually Humpster missing right now. But there goes Skyzy with his own recoveries just gone at the moment. So now it's just a 1v1 kind of team score right now for Wiggler and AV Tori. It's just a 42k score difference. But that hold from Humpster could be very important here, especially with that Remexia miss.
Yeah, that I was going to mention, Remexia was on about 300 combo, and that was plenty more than any of the recoveries from the United Kingdom. So had they been able to hold there, definitely was going to start swinging that score over the way of the United States. But right now it's dead even in combos between all these players. They're into the solo section, a little bit of shred here. Remexia going to be the only one to find a break. Skyzy will drop the combo as well. Down goes Morale to trade out on one of those, but right now combo advantage is on the side of United Kingdom, Feline.
Yeah, 50k score difference. There goes actually 2 misses though from Shamui and Morale, but there's that recovery from Hunter left just to support out Wiggler, but also that recovery of more here as well. It's just 20k score difference, man. It's just looking very scary. I don't know who's gonna let up first, but they're actually the United States will let up much more here, and this is just going to the side of the United Kingdom just right away, getting their first opportunity of match point.
United Kingdom getting it done here. Match point secured for them. Potential to knock the United States, the powerhouse team of the United States, one of the most feared countries in most versions of World Cups, whether it's 3-digit, 4-digit, 5-digit, whatever. United States always being very dominant, but right now, United Kingdom, they're knocking at the door. They're saying, hey guys, we're pretty dang good at the game too, and we deserve this placement right now here for them.
Oh man, United States. Maybe missing Tarragon is a factor of the result that we have shown here in this United Kingdom and United States matchup. And Tarragon might have been that difference maker if they showed up here for that hidden, especially with how specialized they are on that hidden, and maybe even that difference maker for that hidden too. But United Kingdom, when they're taking this opportunity to just go to this match point and winning out that hidden 1 and hidden 2, just barely though, on their side. And right now, United States, this is their last pick. I don't know if they can pick that DT4 or Fremont 2. It's looking really scary now. I mean, they can maybe pick on that Nomad 4, but United Kingdom haven't really shown much of that tech just yet, but they've shown a lot more comfortable on that control here.
Yeah, it's a scary spot to be in, but yeah, that Nomad 4 has to be the pick, and it is indeed going to be the pick. That's what my eyes were on for the United States. I had some thoughts about the Hard Rock 3, but actually, I think that map pretty favors the United Kingdom, so don't want to be picking that Nomad 5 into the United Kingdom. I'm actually really surprised the Nomad 5 just went by the wayside and nobody picked that this match. But hey, you know, it is what it is. I very much would have expected that to have been a pick from the United Kingdom at some point, but I mean, they did good enough on all of their picks. It's not been a single breakpoint, Boleyn. So far, there's still potential here on this Nomad 4 for a breakpoint, in which case the United States would be packing up their bags and heading on home. The United Kingdom would move forward, but I mean, yeah, right now, you know, if the United States win this, we are getting a tiebreaker on one of the most hyped matches that I have seen so far in this tournament.
Yeah. Are we destined for a tiebreaker, or is that potential of a breakpoint going to be coming to fruition for this last Nomad 4 pick of the United States? Man, it's just looking scary. Even though Remexia did a phenomenal job on that Nomad 4 pick against Russia, being that deciding factor to actually win out that match as a whole to meet up the United Kingdom right here, it's just going to be whether or not can Remexia replicate what he did, and especially if his teammates can really support him on this Nomad 4 to gain that opportunity of tiebreaker here.
You have to imagine, Boleyn, nerves at an all-time high for both teams here. Both teams want this so badly. Being able to move forward into the grand final stage is such an honor for whichever team is going to be able to make it out of this finals right here, right now. United States need to win this. Their only chance of moving forward is tiebreaker. United Kingdom, this is their opportunity to maybe deny a tiebreaker, to maybe just end it right here, right now, with a potential for breakpoint. But, I mean, we'll see. We've got everybody in the lobby. Map starting underway. Humster, Wiggler, Mrao, Shamui going to be your lineup for United Kingdom. Avitori, Short Billathon, Skyzy, Remexia, your roster for the United States. And this is going to be the final pick of the match.
With low combo density and these Audi sliders, man, comes with more consistency that is required of you to play this Nomad 4 properly to get that score towards your side to potentially win out this match or to go to tiebreaker right here and right now. And we're already seeing 2 early misses on the side of Wiggler and Skyzy, and so far so good on all the sides, but never mind, there goes that early miss of Morale. I don't think that's going to be really detrimental at the moment, but there goes that trade of Remexia, that big performance maker of the United States, just gone right away. But now it's just Humster, no combos left whatsoever except for Shamui and Short Billathon. Short Billathon, the one always to try to pick up the pieces for the United States, the one to always fill, and this might be the opportunity for him to maybe bring this forward to his team to get that a tiebreaker, but we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, wait and see indeed, but that's going to be Shamui dropping the combo. Accuracy-wise, across the board, not looking great for most of the players right now. So the combo advantage is going to continue to be in favor of the United States. We're actually already 50,000, now 70,000 points as I've been speaking here in favor of the United States. And we're into more of this slider control section here, but it's already built up to 130,000 points now, still in favor of the United States. AV will find a break here. No trades to be seen on the United Kingdom. But Shork has to continue to hold. We're halfway through the map right now, and they do hold into the break, but it's nerves at an all-time high right now for all players. They can see the score lines, Valine. They know how close it can potentially be to going back the way of the United Kingdom, and that can add a lot of pressure here for the United States.
United States, they know what's at stake, man. Skyzy and Remix here, they are the ones that recovered their commons. They are the ones that know that they have to support Shork to get this team towards their side. At 170k score difference is really big right now, but there goes that Remixia miss right there. So now it's just all eyes on Shork Billathon to try and get this score towards their side. There goes the miss of Shork Billathon, and now it's just Skyzy versus that Wiggler, and two recovers coming in from this side of United Kingdoms. That 70k score difference is going down and down fast with these recoveries of the United Kingdom. There goes Mrao on that miss, but there's the recoveries of Shamui did miss, but there goes Wiggler though. Is that big combos and the recoveries of Humster? Is this the deciding factor of the United Kingdom that could be it for them to win it out to make this to the top 3?
The lean United Kingdom came into this tournament wanting one thing and one thing only. They wanted to beat Russia, and god damn it, they've done so, and they have beat the Titans of the United States here 7-5. They don't get to tiebreaker. They are going to be the winners here, securing top 3 podium, knocking the United States out of the tournament in such an unprecedented fashion. United Kingdom, stand up, stand strong. This is your year.
Your year indeed, and matching your best placement ever from United Kingdom. Top 3, man. I think top 3, I think from the 2023, if I recall correctly, but also United Kingdoms being the 11th seed of all seeds to come through. But that seed, we all know that that is a lie. We all know that they were grand finalists of 5-digit European Cup that faced against Russia, and they were close enough to even beat Russia in the first place on that grand finals, going to 7-6 there. And right now, United Kingdoms had displayed the team depth that everyone didn't really expect, but a dark horse that people have expected and didn't maybe even expect to come this far. But right now, United Kingdoms, this is their chance, man, to really go forth and potentially make it even further than what they've predicted for themselves.
Yeah, I mean, this is the epitome of a Cinderella story here for the United Kingdom. United Kingdom folks celebrating, as rightfully so. This is massive for their country. A great, fantastic showing here so far in this tournament. Unfortunately for the United States, I think a lot of people will be sad to see them exit the tournament in the way that they did, but they played their hearts out. It was such a close match, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. The final break point being the very last pick of the match before a potential for the tiebreaker, and we don't get that tiebreaker. It's going to be GG's, and that's going to do it here for the final stage. Your top 3 teams right now: United Kingdom and Canada in the losers bracket, and Philippines awaiting the winner of that losers bracket. So this is gonna be it. Your top 3 teams right now: UK, Canada, Philippines. And that's gonna do it, I think, for this weekend, Valine.
Yeah, that will be do it. We will now wait for the grand finals food showcase tomorrow, I believe around like the 18th, 19th UTC. But yeah, that will be it for us. We can give all their flowers to United Kingdom to win out this such an important match. And honestly, it was such a close opportunity for United Kingdoms again to go to tiebreaker. But right now, United States, I mean, there will be a lot of ifs, man. You know, the ifs of if Tarragon showed up, and you know, the results could have been different. But for now, United Kingdom, they took their chance, they took their opportunity to win this out. And for now, for us, that's just the last match of finals here. That will be it for us. And I'm your caster, Valine. I've been joined here with our lovely Liliana for this casting booth. And thank you, Tay, for the stream as well, for just streaming a lot of these matches so far in this tournament. But yeah, thank you everyone for showing up. And that will be it for us right here.
Yeah, thanks so much, everybody, for watching. Again, shout out to United Kingdom. Congratulations for making it to the final 3. United States, you have secured yourselves top 4, so do give yourselves a pat on the back. Unfortunately, we'll say goodbye to them, but that's going to do it for us. As mentioned in the chat, showcase at 18:30 UTC. I believe that is tomorrow because it's come and gone already if it was supposed to be today. So yeah, 18:30 UTC. Stay tuned for that tomorrow. But thanks so much, everybody, for watching, and we will see you for the grand final showcase tomorrow.
Goodbye.